All righty. Hello, everybody out there in internet land. Look at that. See, I love seeing Dave Flores up there. Thanks for doing that, Rich. That gave me twice.
Okay.
Good evening. I am Dave Flores, and welcome to the Round Table Friends. I believe it's week number 10, something like that. And we appreciate all you watching out there and telling your friends about it. We love to roam around the North County, as you know, and do live events. And you know, we have a special show tonight. We just do. First thing I want to do though is look at the news board. Let's start with that, and let's see what we're going to talk about. Aha! The San Onofre Nuclear Waste Debacle continues. The latest update. We've been tracking that story, as you know, for several weeks, and stuff's happening every week. It's happening, then it's not happening. All right. Now we also have special guests with us tonight, and they're from Live Peace Concerts. And after we go to our middle break, we're going to come and we're going to talk to them at length about this very special Live Peace concert that they're doing, concerts I should say. They're going to tell us all about it. Now, let's go ahead and introduce them. First we have Jennifer Garland, as you see, livepeaceconcerts.com, and welcome to the program.
Thanks, Dave. Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you being here. And then we also have Roger Friend. And Roger, livepeaceconcertsagain.com. They just got the website up, so it's ready to roll, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You watch what happens. All right, well, let's get into the weeds. Are you ready? Here we go. Update on San Onofre. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission gave the operators of the now shuttered plant, and now we're looking there at the nuclear waste storage area. What always gets me about that picture is the fact that you've got marine life and sea life right there, you know, and this stuff has been sitting for a long time. That's what we're talking about. We're following this story. So the shuttered nuclear plant, they got the okay to resume transferring canisters that are filled with waste to a storage facility on the premises that we're looking at. But the commission announced Monday it's going to conduct a series of surprise inspections at the plant to make sure no mistakes are made. The inspections come after the operator of the plant, which is, as we know, Southern California Edison, says it's implemented a series of improvements after an incident last August in which a 50-ton canister filled with the used nuclear fuel was left suspended on a metal flange for at least 45 minutes from a height of 18 feet as it was being lowered into a storage vault. That's a big deal. That is really dangerous. And what happened is it got leaked at a meeting. One of the employees spilled the beans. We would have never heard about it. So once the cat was out of the bag, then they started, oh, okay, we're going to look at it, right? So a spokesperson for them says that the commission anticipates doing these inspections several times over the following few months. And they've promised reports from these inspections will be made public. So we're going to do our best to track it. Last month they gave the green light to resume these operations in which the waste is slowly moved from a wet storage area pool to newly constructed dry storage facilities. And these are considered by many in the nuclear industry to be the best way to do it. In other words, dry versus wet. To complete the process of the 73 canisters, it's scheduled to be completed. However, that delay cost us 10 months. So now only 29 canisters have been safely put away. There's an additional 44 remaining to be put away. So the question is, what happens after that? There they are, put away in those areas. Well, we got to get rid of them. That's the whole idea. That's what we've been harping on. This has been going on and on and on. Now they did a incident report on this canister, as I said again, that was precariously hanging in the midair and could have been a disaster. Okay. The NRC has described this as a near miss. Near miss. That sounds very military to me. Scary. Among the findings, the real problem was we had two rookies doing this. That's what they found. The operator of the crane transformer for the heavy canister movements, that was his first time doing one of these. Rookie, right? Then the other guy is called a rigger spotter. What he does is he watches the rig and then he spots for this guy to lower these things down into the ground. He was a rookie too. We can't trust rookies for a job like this. And you know, forgive me, I get a little emotional sometimes on this. So at any rate, it's just outrageous in a lot of ways that these things would be handled this way. Now, if that's not bad enough, a proposed interim storage facility in a remote area of New Mexico has been seen as a possible way to get these out of here for a while and then get them into some kind of a permanent location, okay? But suffered a major setback this week because the state's governor came out against it. There she is, Governor Michelle Grisham. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but this is politics, I guess, because in a letter to the heads of the U.S. Department of Energy and Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Governor Grisham said, the project poses an unacceptable risk for their oil, gas, and agricultural industries that surround the site. So, she calls it economic malpractice. But her opposition doesn't necessarily kill this project, but it does set up formidable hurdles, as if we don't have enough to worry about, right? The previous governor, Republican Susana Martinez, had supported the project originally and said that we could store up to 500 canisters there. Well, at any rate, like I said, we got into the weeds, right? The New Mexico project is one of 3 commonly discussed areas. But check this out. Yucca Mountain in Nevada. That was designated as the official repository for all of this waste from around the U.S. in 1987. And the federal government spent $19 billion to say, okay, it's safe enough to put it in this area. Of course, the local people, and I can't blame them, I mean, obviously they didn't like the idea. And so it got shut down. The Obama administration stopped it. However, now there are 2 senators that are trying to get this back on track, and the Trump administration is sympathetic. And so where does that leave us here in San Diego County? Here's where it leaves us. A political punt kicks the nuclear football down the field as the clock runs out. What can we do about this? We must contact our congressman. And we have the board up for you. This is an easy thing, folks. Just take a look. North County has 2 congressmen. The coastal area is Mike Levin at mikelevin.house.gov. The inland area has Duncan Hunter, hunter.house.gov. This is not rocket science. If you take a minute and at least email these congressmen and let them know, we need to get this done. Well, let's just hope and even pray that they're going to get this done, because there's no permanent solution in sight. Meanwhile, that stuff is right there next to our beautiful beach and ocean, and it's a threat for all of us. Okay, enough of getting in the weeds, right, you guys? They walked into this. They're doing wonderful concerts for great reasons, so. Okay, but speaking of music and concerts, this last week, Dr. John passed away at 77. Mac Rebenak was his name, originally born, and became known as Dr. John. In a statement through the family, it said that he died peacefully with a heart attack, and he hadn't been seen much in public since 2017. But Louisiana Governor John Bell Edwards says, Dr. John was a true Louisiana legend. He showed the world Louisiana's rich musical heritage, and his passion for music has left a mark on the industry unlike any other. And I always remember that song, it must have been the right place or the wrong time or whatever. I love that song. I'm not, no disrespect intended. I loved what that man did, and of course I wasn't alone, was I? That hit collaborated with numerous top-tier rockers. It won multiple Grammys, and it was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So That's great. Now, a little bit, also, Brian Wilson, legend of the Beach Boys, had to cancel his June tour. This just happened last week. Wilson is now 76. He said in a statement he postponed the Pet Sounds and Greatest Hits live tour after recent surgery. He had 3 back surgeries already this year. And this third one made him feel strange and pretty scary, according to Wilson. He said he has plans to work with his doctors to rest and recover. So there we go, right? That little bit of the music business there that brought into the news. Mm-hmm. But while we're on the subject of recovery, our thoughts and prayers are also with Patty Thompson and Kim Holcomb. Now, Kim on the right there, she donated a kidney to Patty. They had their surgeries about 10 days ago. And Kim is doing well. Patty is also doing positive, but it takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. Now, most of us know Patty as the founder of the Escondido Friends group in Escondido on Facebook. And she has, I believe, well over 50,000 members. And so she's just a real humanitarian. And, you know, I had the privilege of meeting with her for almost a whole day not too long ago and realized, hey, this is, you know, the real deal. She's a community-minded, great person, and so our thoughts and prayers are with both of them to hopefully recover and get on back to doing it. Well, let's see. With that in mind, I show you ncsdlive.com. A lot of people were saying, well, how do I get to this show? You know, I'm not an internet person. Well, if you go to ncsdlive.com, we have 2 big yellow colored links. All you do is get to that website, click on either link, Facebook or YouTube, your choice. You see us live, as we are now, or it records and it stays on that channel, so you can always go back or tell a friend if you like the subject of the show. Okay? So we're going to be back with our special guests, Jennifer Garland and Roger Friend, the founders of Live Peace Concerts. We're going to do that after a brief message, but first, Cruisin' Grand. We want to be sure we remind you, Fridays in Escondido, 5 o'clock. And it is, in fact, in its 20th year, and it's the largest weekly car cruise west of the Mississippi. Well, I've never been even east of the Mississippi, so I guess I didn't know that. But it's a great place to be. It's family friendly, free parking. And we go there sometimes and we'll do live hits from there. So we've had a great time, okay? So right after this brief message, we'll be right back.
Quiz Show Mania is San Diego's best kept secret in live entertainment. Quiz Show Mania. Great for shopping malls, schools, company parties, special events, church groups, team building, and seminars, because it's fun for all ages. Quiz Show Mania will work with you every step of the way to customize your experience and value.
Which of Earth's 5 oceans is the smallest?
Indian?
No.
Red?
No. Arctic.
Quiz Show Mania is San Diego's best kept secret in live entertainment.
Attract more people to your business with a custom video commercial. RC Video Productions is an Escondido company specializing in marketing video for both small and large businesses. Advertising in print with local coupon books, magazines, and newspapers isn't nearly as effective as reaching customers who stare at their smartphone all day. Let us help you reach them with your own custom video commercial. Along with high-quality video, RC Video Productions employs social media marketing strategies when producing video commercials to increase visibility and interest in your business. If you own a restaurant, coffee shop, retail store, yoga studio, or offer a service such as phone or auto repair, we have a package price tailored to your business. RC Video Productions can also handle the complete campaign from strategy to production to digital distribution. Contact us now to book a meeting or schedule a shoot and receive $100 off. Put your advertising message directly in front of your potential customer with RC Video Productions.
Okay, we're back with Jennifer and Roger from Live Peace Concerts. They are doing some amazing stuff here, and you know, I can't do anything more than just listen and let them tell us what they're up to. We'll start with you first, Jennifer. Live Peace Concerts. So that comes from, what's the genesis of it?
Well, it really all began a few years ago when a good friend of ours, his daughter was killed at the San Bernardino shooting. And my first thought was, I'm just a mom, you know, what can I do? And there was just something inside that really compelled me to take action. So I went out and looked at how to do a concert for peace, and that was my original idea. And shortly after that time, I met Roger, and Roger had been on the original team for Live Aid 34 years ago. He's played on 4,000 stages and 5 times at the White House. And
wow.
We got together and started to talk about this as a plan and what we could do, and now it's grown into something huge. So Live Peace will happen at the Los Angeles Coliseum in June the 12th and 13th of 2021. And then now on the road to Live Peace, we have a series of events that we're going to be doing around the United States and globally next year as well. And we call those Live Peace Factor. And those are smaller events where people will compete, who are singers and artists around the country and around the world, to win a chance to be on the stage with us at Live Peace. Wow. In front of an enormous audience of probably several billion viewers. So we're very excited about it. It's an important project. Our primary goal is to bring people together in the name of peace and to look to see, like I did, what must I do? That's the question we're asking.
Yeah.
What is peace for you, and what must you do about it?
Interesting. What do you think about that, Roger?
Well, I immediately thought, yes, this is what's needed in the world, but also on a local level. So music is that international language that everyone understands, and doesn't seem to bother with the genre or whatever. It still has that same effect, and you reach a wider audience the more versatile you can be musically. So we have honed in on a style and a overall look of what these concerts will look like and sound like. And so it's pretty exciting. There's a number of major headliners that have shown interest, and I can't name them right now, but but a lot of them I've worked with in the past, and it's really encouraging when you talk to major artists and they get excited and they're immediately interested in being a part of it.
See, now up on the board there we have the Music Project One mission.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's basically Live Peace is the mission, and the photographs there are of shows that I was involved in actually, and the one on the upper right is actually Live Aid with Queen performing.
Wow.
He's doing the hey-oh part.
Oh, okay.
And I was 20 feet behind the stage during that show, and I tuned the drums for Roger Taylor that night.
Wow.
That day. So it's pretty special to me to be able to try. We're not even trying to recreate Live Aid, and we've reached out to Bob Geldof actually, and haven't really heard from him yet. But but I have a feeling that once this ball gets really rolling, we're going to have quite a crew.
And you know, it's good to start ahead like you are. I mean, you know, the more advanced notice you have, it seems the better result you can get.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Well, this is a movement. Live Peace for us is a movement. We feel as though it's on everyone's lips right now. What can I do? It seems like every time we turn on the news, there's another shooting.
Yes.
We are not about anti-guns or anything of that nature. What we are is about what is the good that's being done in the world. What is happening in the area of peace? Paul Hawken did a TED Talk recently where behind him as he spoke during that whole talk, he ran a list of nonprofit organizations, and this list went on and on and on. And he just wanted to bring to light how much good is actually happening in the world. And even though it isn't necessarily at the forefront of our media,
Right.
the truth is it's out there and it's happening. So our goal is to bring people together in the name of peace. We want to connect them, and we want to help finance the projects that they're doing for good in the world. And that's what we're about.
Wow. So this is a big deal. It's not just a concert. Like you're saying, it's a movement.
Well, consider the fact that Live Aid changed history 34 years ago. They put this thing together in a matter of a couple of months. And they reached 1.8 billion people.
Wow.
We think conservatively we'll double that this year. And so with Live Peace. So we effectively are wanting to have a movement that is global, for sure.
And starting on a local scale, we have an event coming up at the end of this month, June 29th, where we're going to introduce this whole concept of the Live Peace Factor, which is going to be not a competition per se, but yes, because people seem to like those things.
Yeah.
Of talent shows.
Yeah,
and
that's,
Right.
well, sure. Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
So we will incorporate that idea and the concept, but really it's just bringing great songs of peace, and bringing the community together. So as we do these in cities around the United States, but we're starting right here in San Diego. So
Wow, that's
Right,
great.
so again, that's June 29th, and it's going to be at the Loma Club at the
Loma Club.
Liberty Station from 6 to 10 p.m. So it should be a lot of fun. Roger's got a great band together, and we're going to have a number of local competing artists singing their anthems for peace. And then whoever wins will compete against the folks from the other cities, 21 cities around the United States, and then ultimately the winner of that will get a chance to perform on the Live Peace stage in front of a
That's
tremendous
a
audience.
big deal. That is awesome. And it's a great way to bring out that creativity, as you pointed out, for peace. Because peace is, what is peace? The absence of war, or, it's just
turmoil in general we're not political at all. We want to be as far from that as we can in this environment, to try to really separate ourselves from the politics.
Right.
And the only way to really succeed in that is to stay focused on the message of peace.
Right.
And it's different for every human,
Right.
what peace is. But it basically means, to be in a calm place and be happy.
And people ask us, since Live Aid raised $400 million for famine in Africa 34 years ago, what are we about? What are we going to do in the area of making a difference? So we have created something called the Live Peace Prize. What that is our board of trustees. None of the people on the board will get paid to do this. Nobody gets paid to manage the funds, but 100% of the money that we raise in donations at the Live Peace events all go towards our charities. And rather than give it away to these large charities where a lot of times the directors of these charities make a lot of money at the end of the year,
big salaries on some of them.
we created the Live Peace Prize so that individuals that are doing something on the planet that's making a difference can get financed for their projects. That's our goal.
Wow.
And again, 100% of those funds will go towards these peace initiatives around the planet. Because again, as Roger said, peace is different for every human. So we can't say necessarily what that is for you or for you.
True.
We want to make sure that we have a platform where people can talk about what it is for them, and then to get those initiatives financed. And that's, I think, people's biggest hurdle. And that's our goal, is to fund peace. Make it profitable, right? Peace should be profitable. That's how we'll have peace on earth, in my
I like
opinion.
that. You can coin that phrase.
Profitable peace.
Maybe I could run for office on that. No, just
Maybe.
kidding. Just,
I only
I'm
wish
running
we had
from
the-
office, not for it.
From office.
Ay, ay.
Yeah.
But it sounds really, really intriguing to me, and also, and Roger, we're kind of underselling you a little bit because your background is amazing. Can you give us just a little
I've
taste?
done a few things.
How about a taste of some of the things that come to mind in your career?
Okay, well, this is my 45th year as a professional musician, so don't do the math right now. but yeah, so I've been able to travel to over 100 countries, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of famine. I've seen a lot of war. I've seen a lot of major issues. I was in I was in Afghanistan right before the Russians came in, back then in the late 70s. I was in Iran right before the hostages were taken. I was in Poland with Solidarity and working with
Oh yeah, Lech Walesa.
yeah,
Oh,
Lech and I
wow.
became friends, and
cool.
and we did several events for him, many of which were illegal at the time. The Iron Curtain hadn't come down yet,
Right.
and so we had water cannons pointed at us, and they were about to disperse us, and I ended up running over to who looked like the guy in charge of the tanks, and I said, "Come here for a second." So I had him come up, and I introduced him to the band, and we ended up drinking beers with these guys.
Wow.
and they just put all the stuff away, and this is how I started to really see how music is that vehicle that can change things in a second. I could go on and on and on about stuff. I mean, with the Pope and things that I mean,
The White House.
all the different White
Five
House
times.
visits and
5 times.
all that. But it's all just an honor to be, a part of these things. A lot of time I just volunteered when I could.
Well, it seems like you're the man for the job. I mean, both of you actually. I mean, it's just seems like this is the right time, the right place. Gosh, what did Dr. John said? No, he said right place, wrong time. This is right place, right time.
Right time, exactly.
Thank you. And I'd like to share that the Dalai Lama said, if he is the last Dalai Lama, a man who really stands for peace, he turned 80 a few years back, and I was at his 80th celebration in Irvine. He said, that's the really good news, because really it's up to us now. And so people have peace on their minds and they have peace in their hearts. And I feel as though everybody's saying, what can I do? And there's so much good being done, and we want to highlight and feature that and finance that. But even more, I think we want to give people a platform and an opportunity to participate and join what we consider to be our Live Peace family and be a part of what we're going to do. Live Peace is a sustainable event, both starting, as Roger said, locally with our Live Peace Factor contests and television show, but then as Live Peace happens at the Coliseum, we intend to be there year after year after year as a sustainable event, all the way through. The LA Coliseum is going to host the 2028 Olympics. They are very proud to be having Live Peace be one of their signature events, so that we can continue to bring this message and build this global family as the years go on. That's our goal, and that's our intention. So, and we intend to talk to, when you could talk to 4 billion people, you can really do things. So this is no small effort, but at the same time, we consider that every single person that comes our way and that's been a part of our journey is a vital part of what we're doing, and we welcome people to participate, and we welcome artists from communities all around the United States this summer and fall to be a part of our Live Peace Factor TV show, and then to join us at the Live Peace concert in 2021.
I have a feeling that we just broke a really major story. I love this. It really, and I'm just amazed at, they have the credibility to do this. This isn't just, talk. This is real. And so, I just wish you both the best and appreciate your time to come in and let us share this with others. And again, it's livepeaceconcerts.com, right? So that's up right now on the website. And this event on the 29th, we'll need to continue to remind people about that. We still have a couple weeks ahead.
Sure, it's at the Loma Club, which is down there at Liberty Station. Beautiful outdoor event that holds about 300 people.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we're
It'll be
excited, and
outdoors.
Rogers Band is going to be there. The Live Peace Band.
Rogers
We'll be
Band.
excited to have them, and some contestants for
maybe
the
we
Live
could
Peace
come
Factor.
down there and take a few clips at least and share it on our
Oh,
Please.
we'd love that.
Please.
That'd
Thank you.
be great.
Thank you. We'd love to do that.
Even though we're not North County,
Oh, well,
we're the north part of San Diego.
Yeah, well, our thing, really, San Diego and the county are married.
Yeah.
It's just that we have this Highway 78 corridor that seems to not really get attention from the San Diego media, and that's why we get into the weeds, so to speak, on stories like the San Onofre plant. But again, we're all aiming for goodwill, peace, right, and safety for our people in San Diego, and we're so fortunate to be here.
and for our children.
Yes.
And our grandchildren, and
Yes,
the future
absolutely.
of America, of course, rests with them.
Yes.
And we feel very strongly that, you know, we grew up being able to walk freely, and everyone should be able to have that liberty.
That's right.
And that's why we want to do everything that we can, both as an individual, then at a community level, a regional level, a national level, you know, and global.
Wow.
Because it gets smaller, really, the more we reach outward.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't
It's a small world after all.
Well,
I heard that somewhere.
and I think the time is really urgent. I really do.
Yes.
It
So
is
we're
urgent.
very
Yeah.
honored to be doing this, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to have Roger on our team.
Right.
He's amazing as our music
Thank you
director.
so much. And we're honored to have you here again. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And be sure to tell a friend about Roundtable Friends, Wednesdays, 7 o'clock live. And if you have comments about the show, please share them with us. So I'm Dave Flores, and on behalf of our guests, thanks again for watching another Roundtable Friends. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dave.